All right, here is a look here at Hurricane Milton. Hey folks, I'm meteorologist Matt Barentine. The storm has stayed very powerful overnight. It's still a Category 5 storm with winds 160 miles per hour with a pinhole eye. This thing is just spinning away down here through the southern Gulf of Mexico. It's a highly dangerous storm. It's going to produce catastrophic impacts along the central Florida Gulf Coast. We're beginning to see that eye on the radar, that extremely compact, tight little eye there, right there, and it is going to be working its way once again up towards the Tampa Bay region. Check this out. This is one from one of the overnight flights. Look at that wind speed, 176 miles per hour. Now that's at flight level, so they have to kind of downgrade that a little bit for that surface level wind speed they're going to put on the storm. It's 160 miles per hour, but boy, that is still incredible to find even that at flight level. Here it is, 160 mile per hour Cat 5 storm. Pressure 907 millibars, makes it one of the most powerful hurricanes we've recorded in the Gulf of Mexico. It is small, but it's going to produce catastrophic impacts all along the western coast of Florida because it's going to produce Category 5 storm surge. Even though we anticipate some weakening before landfall, the storm surge will not weaken. It'll have Category 5 storm surge with it like Katrina did. We're going to see a very similar scenario where there's going to be terrible storm surge here along the west coast of Florida as it makes landfall, and it's going to track basically down the I-4 corridor through Orlando towards Tampa and Titusville here as we go into the overnight hours. There it is. What we're seeing here, this is the dry air that's going to start getting wrapped into the storm later today. That's going to produce, like I said, some weakening with the winds, and you'll see that here on the radar structure on the modeling showing not as much rain on the south side of the storm. That's that dry air getting into it, but once again, that won't change the storm surge, which will be 15-20 feet of storm surge in the areas where it makes landfall. Of course, it's really critical for folks in the Tampa Bay region whether or not it pushes 20 feet of water into the bay or they have those offshore winds that kick the water out of the bay. But once again, it's going to be catastrophic regardless. Once working its way up the I-4 corridor, here, Orlando is right here, and you can see there's the eye of the storm tracking right down basically I-4, going through the Tampa Daytona Beach area and then exiting out into the Atlantic. The winds are going to actually increase in size. The wind field will as it makes landfall, and there's going to be catastrophic effects well outside of the cone of the storm because they're going to see a lot of water rise all the way down towards Naples and Marco Island, which will be well south of where that eye makes landfall. So once again, that peak storm surge, 12 plus feet, but where it actually makes landfall, we're talking closer to 20 feet of storm surge. That's going to put whole barrier islands underwater here with this storm. Our only impacts is the rough surf out there. We just need to keep people out of the water. It's a beautiful day to go for a walk on the beach and check out that surf, but you don't want to get in the water. Temperatures out there for us this morning are in the 60s. It is a beautiful start to the day, really comfortable, and we got beautiful days ahead. Temperatures will be in the mid 80s for most of the days, upper to mid 80s, and we'll have morning lows down into the 50s on some mornings. So it's going to be beautiful right on into the upcoming weekend. We have really gorgeous weather through the rest of the week.